Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside your head right now? As you're watching this, a 3-pound universe of neurons is firing, processing, and creating your reality. This is the story of your brain, the most complex and fascinating object we know of. So, let's dive in and explore the incredible machinery that makes you, you. First, let's get the basic layout. Your brain is split into two halves, the left and right hemispheres. They're connected by a superhighway of nerves called the corpus callosum, allowing them to constantly communicate, while the idea of being purely left-brained or right-brained is a myth. Each hemisphere does have its specialties. The left side typically handles language, logic, and analytical thought. The right side is more involved in creativity, spatial awareness, and emotional processing. They work together, like a perfectly coordinated team. Now, let's zoom in. The surface of your brain. That wrinkly outer layer is the cerebral cortex. This is the brain's CEO, responsible for all the high-level stuff. Thinking, planning, language, memory, and consciousness. The wrinkles, called gyri and sulci, are a brilliant evolutionary trick. They dramatically increase the surface area, packing more processing power into your skull. If you flatten it out, it would be the size of a large pizza. The cortex is divided into four main lobes, each with a specific job. At the front, you have the frontal lobe. This is your command center. It's in charge of decision-making, problem-solving, planning, and your personality. When you decide to hit the snooze button, that's your frontal lobe at work. It's also home to the motor cortex, which controls your voluntary movements. Behind that is the parietal lobe. This lobe is all about sensory information. It processes touch, temperature, pressure, and pain. It's also crucial for navigation and spatial awareness, helping you understand where you are in the world and how to move through it without bumping into everything. On the sides, you'll find the temporal lobes. These are located right by your ears, which is a good clue to one of their main functions, processing sounds and language. When you listen to music or understand what I'm saying right now, your temporal lobes are hard at work. They also play a huge role in forming and retrieving memories, particularly through a structure tucked inside called the hippocampus. And finally, at the back, we have the occipital lobe. Its job is singular but vital: vision. Everything you see is processed here. Light enters your eyes, signals are sent down the optic nerve, and your occipital lobe transforms those signals into the rich, detailed images that make up your visual world. But that's just the surface. Let's go deeper, into the old brain, the parts that evolved much earlier. Deep inside, you have the limbic system. This is the emotional core of your brain. It includes the amygdala, which is like your internal alarm system, processing fear, excitement, and other strong emotions. Then there's the hippocampus, our memory champion, which is essential for turning short-term experiences into long-term memories. You can thank your hippocampus for remembering your best friend's birthday. And we can't forget the cerebellum, tucked away at the back, beneath the cerebral cortex, often called the little brain. It's crucial for balance, coordination, and posture. Every smooth, coordinated movement you make, from riding a bike to typing on a keyboard, is fine-tuned by the cerebellum. It learns and automates movements, so you don't have to consciously think about every single step you take. All of this amazing activity is powered by brain cells. You have about 86 billion neurons, the primary messengers. Each neuron is connected to thousands of others, forming a network with trillions of connections, or synapses. When a neuron fires, it sends an electrical signal down its axon. At the synapse, this signal triggers the release of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. These chemicals cross the tiny gap to the next neuron, telling it to either fire or hold back. Think about dopamine, the reward chemical that makes you feel pleasure and motivation, or serotonin, which regulates your mood, sleep, and appetite. These tiny chemical signals are the language of the brain, influencing everything from your mood to your ability to learn. And speaking of learning, how does that happen? It's all about plasticity. Your brain isn't a fixed, static organ. It's constantly changing and adapting based on your experiences. This is called neuroplasticity. When you learn a new skill, like playing the guitar, you are physically changing your brain. The neural pathways involved in that skill become stronger and more efficient. New connections are formed, and old ones are pruned away. It's like paving a dirt path into a highway through repeated use. This incredible ability is why we can learn, grow, and recover from injury throughout our entire lives. Let's put it all together. Imagine you see a delicious-looking donut. Your occipital lobe processes the visual information. Your frontal lobe starts weighing the pros and cons. It looks amazing, but I'm on a diet. Your limbic system, especially the amygdala and reward pathways, might scream, eat it, dopamine. If you decide to go for it, your frontal lobe sends a command to your motor cortex, which coordinates with the cerebellum to execute the smooth motion of reaching out and grabbing it. As you taste it, your parietal lobe processes the sweet sensation. And your hippocampus. It's already busy logging this delightful experience into your memory banks for future reference. All of this happens in a fraction of a second, a beautiful symphony of neural activity. The human brain is a masterpiece of evolution, a complex and dynamic system that creates our thoughts, emotions, and entire reality. It's the engine of our creativity, the archive of our memories, and the source of our consciousness. Understanding how it works isn't just a science lesson, it's a journey into the very essence of what it means to be human. So the next time you have a brilliant idea, laugh at a joke, or simply feel the warmth of the sun, take a moment to appreciate the incredible orchestra playing inside your head. It's the most amazing show in the universe. Thanks for joining me on this tour of the brain. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the wonders of science. Let me know in the comments what part of the brain you find most amazing. See you next time.